Hello and welcome to Ready Bet Action. I am Jen Jones. It's Tuesday, April 16th. I'm joined today I am joining Stefan Legault and Eric Dorn. How are you guys?
I'm doing great for a Tuesday. It seems to be a chiller. People seem to be a little more on the chill pill this week, which
Yeah,
is
thank God.
nice. So yeah, I'm excited. The NBA playoffs start tonight with play-in games. We're recording this on April 16th on a Tuesday. So we got play-in games tonight, and then we have play-in games tomorrow, which is where my pick is coming from. The
Nice.
play-in game explanation for how it all works is extremely convoluted and crazy, but excited for the teams to actually play this out and see what happens. Excited for see who the Nuggets get to play. The Nuggets are going to play the winner of this Lakers Pelicans game that's tipping off right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited for NBA playoffs are like my favorite time of year. NHL playoffs too. Like honestly, I'm a casual NHL fan, and I think the NHL have the best playoffs in all of sports. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, saucy. What about you, Stefan? How are
So
you?
much talking, Eric, and you forgot to mention the Champions League. We had incredible matches today.
League.
Borussia Dortmund down 2-1 after the first leg, comes back at home and gets the win, and they get a big enough win that they advance on aggregate. So Borussia Dortmund in the semifinals over Atletico Madrid. Super exciting stuff. Barcelona scored and then got a red card. They were up 2 goals. They had to hold on for about 75 minutes and couldn't do it. Mbappe and company took care of business. So PSG, Atletico Madrid in the semifinals. And then, of course, we have Arsenal Bayern Munich leg 2 tomorrow. They're all tied up at 2. And Real Madrid Man City tied up at 3. It's incredible. I'm going to be in a stupid meeting that I cannot get out of tomorrow, and I am angry, so angry. But we will have some bets on those games coming up later. But the reason why everyone was crazy last week and everyone's chill now, Jen already knows this, but it's because of the eclipse, man. It was that eclipse fucked everything up for everyone.
I
was a bit
could
funky.
see that.
Yeah,
it was weird last week. People were fucking weird last week.
Yeah, I decided to not go outside.
Eric?
Ew, bro.
Gross. I'm glad we don't have any viewers right now.
No kidding. Can't wait for your children and family to watch this.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I decided to stay inside and not go outside and look at the eclipse because I've heard that a lot of indigenous cultures actually think it's really bad luck. And it's like not auspicious to be outside. You're supposed to like respect the happenings. So you go inside and you don't look outside. You just kind of chill while it's happening. So that's what I did this year. And I'm feeling dandy.
So I live in New Mexico, and the Navajo believe that if a roadrunner crosses your path, it's good luck. And I think they're full of shit because I've roadrunners all the time outside of my apartment run across, and I don't always have a great day after that. So I'm just saying.
Imagine how shitty your day would be if you didn't see that.
That's true. If I would have seen it, who knows? Maybe
you probably would have died like 6 times by now.
Yeah, maybe I would have like pulled out in traffic, like it crossed in front of my car, and I would have pulled out in traffic and gotten hit because that roadrunner was right there. You're right.
Yeah. Silver linings.
All I know is they take all my money when I go to the casinos around here.
They deserve it, probably.
No, the indigenous.
I'm just
the roadrunners meet me. They drop a safe on me and run away.
It's perfect.
Steve went outside and stared at the sun last week. If you couldn't tell,
that's just my shitty lighting. That's the basement unit.
No, bro. I was talking about what you were talking about, not your lighting.
Oh. No. Moving on. I'm insecure. About my lighting.
I just want to note, I'd like to be in the court ledger that I asked you how you were, and you immediately launched into soccer stats, which is great. But I'm just going to take that. We're going to close the chapter and we're going to move on. But just want it to be noted.
I am at the point in life where I can realize when the anxiety is really setting in, and that's why I'm having an off day. So it's fine. We're just going to double up on some Lexapro later tonight, and we'll be good.
Oh, okay, great. Can't argue if it ain't fixed. I don't know if it's broken. Yeah. Okay. You got it. You're with me. Eric, you want to start us off tonight?
Yeah, let's talk about the NBA play-in games tomorrow for the Eastern Conference. Since the Western Conferences are tonight, maybe if you're watching live, maybe if you see this before the second game, I do like the Pelicans to win tonight versus the Lakers, but because you probably won't see this until it's too late, we're going to move to the Eastern Conference. This Sixers Heat game, I think, is pretty straightforward. I think the Sixers and Heat both make the playoffs, but I do think the Sixers take care of business tomorrow night. So the Heat will have to go on and win the second game against the two other teams that are not very good. So I do like the Sixers. Unfortunately, the odds to take the two favorites to advance really aren't worth betting. So we're going to go ahead and take the Sixers money line. So we're going to take the Sixers to win at home on this is a same game parlay. And then we're going to take Joel Embiid over 28.5 points. And that's going to get us to plus 116. Embiid only played the Heat in their 4 matchups. Embiid only played once, and he scored 29 points. The man averages 35 points a game. So we only have a small sample size against the actual Heat this year. And he did hit the over on this. I mean, barely, but he got it. So I like Embiid coming back. I think the Sixers just are going to have like a, they're a sneaky favorite in the East, even though they're in these play-in games, and they're just going to want to take care of business and move on. Like, they're not going to want to mess with playing a second play-in game. They're going to leave that to Miami to do, and they are a better team than Miami. And Embiid, as much as it hurts my heart to say, would have won the MVP if he would have stayed healthy, because he would have won it over Jokic again. But now Jokic is going to win it, so I am happy, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he deserves it too.
He does. He's so good. It would have been a close competition, but Embiid was having a monster year before he got hurt, and he's come back pretty strong. So
yeah. Cool. Steve let me know earlier that he's got some picks tonight that are going to hurt my feelings. So let's just dive into it.
Yeah. So Eric, you mentioned it at the top of the show that we have playoff hockey coming up in our near future, and the Avs are set to play the Winnipeg Jets. I love the Avs. The Avs are my favorite team by far, but this is possibly the worst matchup for them in this opening round. Winnipeg is 3-0 against them. Winnipeg has the best defense in the league. This could be a really exciting matchup. Best defense versus best offense when you're looking at just like from a statistical standpoint. Winnipeg's defense kind of is based around their goalie. The Avs team is based around their offense, guys like McKinnon and Rantanen. But the Avs, that is, have not matched up well against the Jets. The Jets, you can get them at plus 1.5 in the series versus the Avs at minus 165. So that means I'm betting that the Jets will either win this or take it to at least 7 games. So I don't think the Avs win this in 6. I think they either win it in 7 or the Jets take it. So that's going to be my bet. It's pretty juiced. It's minus 165. But to me, this is a value play. I could see the Avs squeaking it out in 7, but I think Winnipeg gets at least 3 wins here. I just didn't think you'd like it, Jen, because you love the Avs.
I like them. Let's not get crazy.
It's not good. Eric, you know that
They've let me down so much in the past.
All right, I'm over here chatting with someone who's an Arsenal fan. I know this is your family.
Well,
that's Senior Gabriel.
Go ahead, say what were you gonna say?
No, I was just curious. You know me, I bet against my teams fairly often. And much to my demise, like I'd have a lot more money in all of my accounts if my dog is scratching at us. It's Dakota. I would have a lot more money on my account if I didn't bet against my team. So is this me being super negative, or what are you thinking here, Eric?
I think it is a little, just from the sense of like the Avs have the best player in the NHL this season in Nathan McKinnon. Like
they also have the second best player in Cale Makar.
Yes. But yeah, I know. I mean, there's always just like the McKinnon, Connor McDavid, Matthews guy. Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Austin Matthews, yeah.
Thank you, Austin Matthews.
Toronto,
and I think it's hard for me to bet against the best, like the best player in the NHL, tends to show up in playoff games. So I think based on the 3-0 record that Winnipeg has against the Avs, I think it's not a bad pick. But I think as an Avs fan, I don't feel as down about it as you do, based on we have the best players.
Yeah, they have the much better goalkeeper, and that often is what
They
playoff
do.
hockey comes down to. But let's move on to the Champions League, because we're getting real deep. We're 10 and a half minutes in, and we haven't talked about Manchester City, Real Madrid. This game was electric last week in Madrid. Man City got off to a quick start, scoring a goal off a free kick that really should have been saved. We talked about Lunin in our long show, Eric, when we talked about this game and how he could be a problem. This goalkeeper for Real Madrid, just young and inexperienced because their starter is injured. So what does Lunin do this time? This is going to be a fun game. It's going to be, you've got some of the best players in the world. Phil Foden right now is playing out of his mind, one of the best players in the world, which is a crazy thing to say. Jude Bellingham, of course, right up there too for all our English fans. Like, England is stacked right now. But I think Man City comes out on top here. Man City last year, when Real Madrid faced them, they took it 4-1. I think that happens, not that crazy, but I think we see a pretty comfortable win. I think a 3-1, 2-1 type win. So we're going to take Man City to win and over 1.5 goals versus Real Madrid. So we need Man City to score at least 2 and win the game. We get that at -115.
Yes.
Manchester, of course, is at home. I love this. This next one, I think, is a huge opportunity to get some value on something that has a better than 50% chance of happening. I am, as you can see behind me, am I going to go the right way? Nope, wrong way. Oh, I've got both ways. We've got Bergkamp on the left. We've got an Arsenal painting on the right. I'm a huge Arsenal fan, but I think they are traveling to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is out of the Bundesliga race because Leverkusen tied it up over the weekend. Arsenal might be out of the race for the Premier League title after losing to Aston Villa. I don't care. I'm still taking Arsenal to advance versus Bayern Munich. If you are a little bit more bold than me, you can take Arsenal to win at +190. I'm just taking them to advance at +110. And let me explain real quick why those are two different things. To win means they have to win in the 90 minutes. In regulation, Arsenal have to have more goals than Bayern Munich. Because this is a second leg of a Champions League, if they were to tie, because the first game was also a tie, they would go into extra time. Then it could go into penalties, whatever. I think after it's all said and done, Arsenal advances. They beat Bayern Munich either in regular or overtime, and they're the ones that move on to the semifinals. And you can get that at +110. I think the line is short because of the loss against Aston Villa. So I think there's a little bit of value here.
Yeah.
At +110, they're saying it's about a 48% chance of happening. I think it's closer to about a 62% chance. It's just a random number I came up with, but let's go with it. Arsenal to advance, +110. That's it for my.
You're just honestly, you should have said like my advanced data model. My advanced model has it closer to 52% because I'm pretty sure that's what half these like sports betting shows do, anyways. They're like,
that's why I did
my
it.
model. My model like has this at 50. Just like, no, it doesn't. Like, stop.
So, but in my mind, to advance, I had it more at like -150, which would be closer to about a 65% if you did the math. So I was bullshitting, but only kind of.
I don't do math.
Nerd alert! You have to do math
Eric's
when you
too pretty for math.
Eric is pretty and does math, beauty and brains.
Try
and grace. Yeah, all
right.
three.
All
Premium package. Oh boy, premium package. Over
Why are we
here.
talking about Eric's package?
Don't.
I mean, who doesn't?
Okay.
Kids are watching. All right.
All right. Well, if you're just jumping on, this is Ready Bet Action. We are a bunch of clowns that talk about sports betting and players and picks and predictions. We're doing pretty good though. Yeah. Let's just run it down. Let's run it back. Eric, what do you have?
Let's do it. I have an NBA pick for the Eastern Conference play-in games. Give me the Sixers on the money line plus Embiid over 28.5 points. That's going to get you up plus 116.
All right.
Beautiful.
We're going to jump over to the NHL. We're going to take the Winnipeg Jets plus 1.5 in the series versus the Avs at minus 165. In the Champions League, we're going to take Manchester City to win and over 1.5 goals versus Real Madrid. That is in regulation in 90 minutes. If it goes to overtime, this will not hit. For the Arsenal game, we just want Arsenal to advance, and we get that at plus 110. That one can go to overtime. We can see penalties. As long as Arsenal, Saka, and company are victorious, so are we. We can all dance in the streets together.
You can dance if you want to. Cool. Okay. Also, I guess if there's anybody watching and you guys want us to, like, maybe for the guys to talk about specific team or bet or something like that, you could always like message us and let us know if you're interested in something. I'm sure we could do a little bit of digging and talk.
We get a lot of that on TikTok. We have a few loyal TikTok followers that we've picked up that ask us for our opinion on random games that we haven't necessarily picked. And so, yeah, we love interacting with people, and we will give you our thoughts if we know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
And otherwise, Jen can do her
hypnotizing.
Yeah. And we can use that to get the picks. Yes.
Okay.
Or your other things.
I like it.
The witchcraft?
Witchcraft. We can use witchcraft to get answers.
Math or witchcraft, we'll get there. Just let us know what you're interested in. We'll
it's when they align. When they align, that's when you know it's a winner.
That's when you're Leonardo fucking da Vinci, is when they align. That man was a little bit of magic, a little bit of math. All right. This is Ready Bet Action. You can find us on X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and anywhere that you stream, like Spotify or Apple. Join us again later on this week. We'll have more picks and predictions for you, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, everybody.